Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Hello. Thank you for watching my videos. It's Mike. It's September 8th, 2009. Now, even though I'm mad and crazy with work right now, there's a couple of stories passed my way over the last couple of days I thought I would really highlight here. First one is, of course, China. China will be, headline here, China to issue Renminbi bonds to offshore investors. Now, it's a small amount of money. We're talking $879 million worth of bonds. Will be sold in Hong Kong on the 28th of September. Now, the real thing about this is the first time that China is actually going to be selling their local currency to outside investors. This is entirely new and the sign of things to come, I should think. Now, it is a small amount. 879 million is nothing compared to the $2 trillion worth of debt they have purchased from the United States. But essentially the idea is, let's just see how many people want this stuff, and then they'll start ramping it up. Another story today that also caught my eye and made me go, okay. United Nations wants new global currency to replace the dollar. I've linked these articles over here. The dollar should be replaced with a global currency, the United Nations has said, proposing the biggest overhaul of the world's monetary system since the Second World War. In a radical report, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development has said the system of currencies and capital rules which binds the world economy is not working properly, and was largely responsible for the financial and economic crisis, or crises, over the last few months. It is added that the present system, which the dollar acts as the world's reserve currency, should be subject to a wholesale reconsideration. Now, it goes on a little bit further, talking about the fact that like China, Russia, Brazil, India, etc., they're all clamoring for a new currency to replace the dollar. Of course, the biggest one is the IMF's SDRs. Now, speaking of the SDR, the special drawing rights, which is the International Monetary Fund's a funky way of selling money. Another news story from earlier, Thursday I guess it was, yes. China will be buying $50 billion worth of IMF bonds. Now essentially China is going to go buy $50 billion worth of special drawing rights. Now this is quite interesting. IMF has also decided that it will issue and provide $250 billion worth of special drawing rights to developing countries around the world. And I've linked an article here from the AFP on what kind of countries are getting this. Now, this whole thing about China and IMF, SDRs, and selling their currency is just a few of the moves they're making on the international finance system. The final one came as quite a surprise to me. Last Wednesday, Hong Kong hauls over the gold. Now, this particular article is from the Financial Times Alphaville, although they reference a couple of other articles that were out there. Essentially, MarketWatch came out and reported this, saying that Hong Kong is planning to pull all of its physical gold holding from London and take it over to Hong Kong. Now, this isn't just Hong Kong, this is China. Yeah, so they're going to take all their gold that they've got sat in London, and they're going to move it over to the Hong Kong airport, which is actually quite a nice airport. But evidently there is a 600 or 300, let me find it here, a 320 square meter facility, or some size at any rate, that can hold thousands and thousands of tons of gold. So China is taking its gold and running. Now, what else is going on with China and gold? Ambrose Evans Pritchard reports today in his blog, China has issued what amounts to the Beijing put on gold. You can make a lot of money, but you really can't lose. Yes, indeed. China has been quietly purchasing lots of gold. They've been buying on the downsides, and they now have admitted that they have something in the order of, where is the number here? There's some insanely large amount. Yeah, 1,054 tons of gold. They've doubled their gold reserves over the last year or so. So that's where all the gold is going. It's going to be going to China, and it's going to go to Hong Kong. China's not stupid. One of the quotes in here from Mr. Sheng, if they keep printing money to buy bonds, it will lead to inflation, and after a year or two, the dollar will fall hard. Most of our foreign reserves are in US bonds, and this is very difficult to change, so we will diversify incremental reserves into euros, yen, and other currencies. So China's going to slowly start diversifying their reserves into other currencies and into gold. Now, if the Chinese know that the dollar is going to tank, and they're pulling all their gold back, and they also are really pushing for a new world reserve currency, and of course the United Nations also wants and says that we really should get rid of the dollar as the world currency. What is going to replace it? The International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights sounds like a likely candidate. It's early days, folks. But in case we're wondering why gold was going through the roof and why the dollar was slowly tanking over the last 3 months, there you go. Peace, love, understanding, think about things. I will hopefully do a report soon. Bye.